to get quarters. And then he just takes a piece of paper and he's trying to shove it in the thing to get his quarters. I pulled out of my change machine at the laundromat. Someone had gotten a hold of a motion picture $100 bill and tried to cash it in my change machine.
Wow.
I
So,
respect the balls a little bit, to be honest.
well, okay, okay. Had it been a 1, a 5, a 10, or a 20, I would agree with you. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
This is a fake $100 bill. There is not a change machine out there that changes hundreds into quarters unless it's a slot machine in Vegas. Like and that doesn't even change them into quarters. That changes it into pulls on a fucking mechanical arm, bro. Um, so they tried to use a fake $100 bill in my change machine, and change machine obviously didn't give them any money because it is not currency and it's not made of the same material. It bogged down in the machine, ripped in half, and I had to take it apart to pull out a chunk of the hundred that was lodging everything. So yeah,
So, but did it
I
I
work?
love
So,
that that episode made you think of the intellect of the folks of the people of Westmoreland.
my traumatic experience dealing with idiots trying to rip people off. Yep. It's immediately what I thought about when I saw that. I was like, that's exactly what that jackass was thinking. I like so so like I really like that because again, it is this giant loop of how to get the simplest, easiest thing. And why'd they need the quarter? What was it? It was something about a phone booth, right?
Mm-hmm.
The phone booth was the disconnected and they needed to make a call. What? In what world? It's just silly. Um, I do like the innuendo and the one-liners throughout. I like that they dance a little on the edge of things.
yeah, there was one innuendo. I don't remember the full thing, but it was almost like a side. I think it might have been like a casino episode. I can't remember because it was like a side like announcement somewhere for something, and it says something tutti frutti in the tushy.
There's one oh god, and this was a super secret squirrel episode where they meet the platypus. Do you guys remember that one?
Not
Okay.
really.
So there's a gag in it where the platypus just wants to be handsome and they try to give him a makeover and he'll give them the descrambler ray if he feels pretty. And so they're inside the salon and then Squirrel goes he goes, "Okay, girls, get at it." And then you see all of the ladies of the salon start to attack him. And then one very effeminate, chiseled jawed man is in the group of, "Hey, Goyles, get at him." Uh, and I just fucking giggled. I giggled. I know, whatever. It's 93. I felt like that was progressive. I don't know. I found it to be a very funny gag.
Yeah, we feel like we haven't talked enough about Secret Squirrel. Um, like I think my favorite Secret Squirrel episode was the one where they do like that couple game show. You know what I'm talking about? They're on,
Yeah.
but then like the other panelists are like Yogi Bear, and I forget what the
Yeah.
third one is. We got to learn the backstory of Morocco Mole.
Oh, and his twin brother.
Brother,
And his
yeah.
twin brother shows him in utero. That's good. That is good.
um, I think what is it? God, and it's later on, and I forget exactly what it is, but it's Little Dog going after a bone again, but he swallows an entire dinosaur at one point, and then he's running around with the dinosaur skull sticking out of his mouth, and he's this weird misshapen thing. and I forget how Big Dog gets into the predicament, but he seems to be inside out of his skin. Like his body is inside out of his skin. Little Dog has this whole dinosaur in him, and it's weird little visuals like that like it lends to absurdity, but it also like definitely leaves an impression. It's stuff like that sticks with you. So when you think Two Stupid Dogs, you're like, well, this is how dumb they are. Like, but it's also like it's got scary moments. It's got like that gingerbread man in
Yeah.
Secret Squirrel. There's another one where he's got a devil, some kind of devil man. I think it's later on in the first season. That's also quite terrifying. If you're a kid, I don't know. I love this show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about Secret Squirrel. What's the full title?
Super Secret Squirrel.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I love that, like, also, like, the main, like, his boss, whatever that animal is, always has, like, a different top secret facility.
Yeah.
And it always says top secret facility on top of it.
What is he? Is he like an elk?
I
Or
guess.
I thought it
some
was
sort
like
of
some kind of
horn
yak.
something?
Oh,
Is he a
yak.
yak?
Yak
What is what's Fred's bowling league? It's wildebeest or water buffaloes? Is he a water buffalo? He might be a water buffalo.
Water
I'm gonna look it
buffalo.
up.
Water.
Water. He's a worder buffalo.
Water.
Let's see.
But he's funny as hell. And I also love Morocco Moles. He has always had the best entrance.
He was the best
Right.
part of Secret Squirrel for me, was Morocco Mole. That was the part that I could pay attention to. And really, like in the old 60s show, he didn't really have much of a personality.
Yeah, so how different is this from the 60s show?
Significantly.
Yeah.
There's...
Oh, go ahead, Liz. Please,
No, you go
please.
ahead. Go ahead.
So I think that's the big thing in a lot of this, right? Is trying to repackage again sort of those old characters, and I think that's beautiful. And honestly, I wish they had done more and more with that. I don't know why, but why they didn't, because I think for me growing up at that time, it's a fascinating thing. Like I love it. I love seeing that slice of old stuff.
Well, the only reason
become-
why I can think why they didn't do it is because, I mean, right after this, the shows like Dexter and Powerpuff Girls. So they're like, oh, these other shows are just picking up steam. People
Yeah.
watch them. Why even go back to whatever we were
But
doing?
just imagine if, like outside of Secret Squirrel, just imagine if something like Two Stupid Dogs was picked up by Nickelodeon at the time.
Oh.
You know, what they could have done with this show.
Crossover with Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. I mean, that could have been amazing.
If this had been picked up by Nickelodeon, it a total game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Total game changer. And with the idea that, like, to what James just said, a crossover, like, didn't Nicktoons do a bunch of that anyway? Didn't those kids end up in other stories?
I mean, I
They
remember
did.
the Jimmy
Versus-
Timmy Power Hour. I'll never forget that.
There you go. It could have been a lot more fun. It could have been a lot more fun. And they dip a little more into like toilet humor and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's also a part of me that just loves the purity of it too.
Yeah.
It feels like old cartooning, no messaging, no nonsense. Just delivers on the world's simplest premise, and for 22 minutes you can check out and just laugh at stupid stuff.
Well, I guess that's a good point then in this show to start getting into that. I mean, you kind of just said it, but what are you going to give this show, Ben? You got any final thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just gave them thank you for making my job simple. No, it really is. It's a great show. It's a simple show. It delivers on what it promises, and it's fun. It's not perfect, but if you need to check out for a few, it's a massive success.
Oh, it didn't play. Well, sometimes I can get this tech right. Sometimes I don't do it right.
Success.
Hope you heard that. My Bluetooth is off. That's why it's not working. But Liz, what are your final thoughts? What are you gonna give it?
So I agree with Ben. This is a massive success.
Oh wait, I got
And
Success.
it.
there it
Yeah.
goes. I think like this is in my top 30. Like I am a cartoonaholic, and this is in my top 30 cartoons of all time for sure. It's something that I could let my kids watch too, when they were little, that they found hilarious also. And it's just something that stuck with me. Like I equate TBS with Two Stupid Dogs. Like it's
Really? So like, it's funny that you like think of TBS with Two Stupid Dogs. I always think of it as like Tyler Perry's network. That's what I remember seeing mostly on TBS.
no. I think my TBS is Two Stupid Dogs and Charles Bronson's The White Buffalo reruns.
Yeah, that sounds a lot
Nice.
better than
You
my
know?
TBS. Though TBS has AEW now, which is cool.
That's true.
So, okay, this is a
So,
total
yeah.
aside, and I know I'm
Success.
derailing everything. I just need to tell you guys, because you mentioned any type of wrestling, I've started a project now, and I'm rewatching every season of Raw from the first episode.
The first
Oh,
episode
man.
of Raw? There's
Yeah,
literally 2,000 episodes of Raw.
On Peacock. On Peacock, I've gone back and I've started with S1E1.
You should see, also, like, you should see what's censored and what's not, because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they censored a lot.
Well, so far, a lot of what's coming through in the chants is very much not censored. So a lot of that is
But even, like, theme songs, not just, like, the naughty stuff. Like, even certain
Oh.
songs, too, they had to, like, cut out because of,
that I believe,
for
yeah,
rights.
because of rights. But anyway, no, that's I had started, pardon me, on the 2000 season, and then I got 30 episodes in, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go back to the beginning, to the very beginning, where it all started.
Wow.
Crazy.
The
Well-
first Raw is great. Isn't that where, it's like Scott Hall versus 1-2-3 Kid, I think?
I believe so.
'Cause that's the one where he
but-
tries to do a moonsault off the top rope but misses and lands straight on top of his head on the outside of the ring.
There's been some wild stuff. What is it? The first storyline is somebody steals Macho Man's hat. It's literally like the first storyline.
And that's
that
going to
they're
be interesting
trying
to watch
solve.
too, man, because Raw came out and then would try to, there's a pivot in Raw when Nitro comes out where like, wow, our product sucks. And then they became like the version of Raw that most people remember. So it's really, it is interesting to watch it from the start and to see that, like, that flip where they were trying to be goofy to the Attitude Era.
And then, well, whatever. That's another podcast we'll talk
Yeah.
about. I know we're trying to wrap this up, but yeah, to that end, they say it's part of the reason I was watching. I want to say it's in '98 was when the dial stopped flipping, and it
Yeah.
was when Mankind.
Yeah, Mankind. When
they
because
put him
they used
over
to
and he got
spoil
his-
it on WCW TV because Raw was taped and Nitro wasn't. So they were like,
Yep.
"Who's gonna watch Mankind win the WWE title?"
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone switched the channel and watched
And the
nobody
it.
greatest
ever would.
year for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, and that was the year that Mankind came
Yeah.
out in all three gimmicks
Yeah.
at the Rumble was '98, right? Yeah.
I'm about to see him at the LexCon.
Nice.
Not this weekend, but next.
Hell
So,
yeah, he's great. And also, this Sunday, I'm hoping I can be better by Sunday because I'm supposed to have a bunch of people over. Because this Sunday is Revolution AW Sting's last match, so it's gonna be an epic pay-per-view. So pretty pumped for it. Hopefully, I'll be better, so I can actually hang out with people and not watch it alone.
So before I sideline this,
Yeah.
James, what do you think? What are your final thoughts on Two Stupid Dogs?
I'm gonna give it a
Success.
Yeah, man, this show, it's, I said earlier, it's just like, I kind of miss these cartoons where cartoons can just be fucking cartoons, Where it's like, I love my deep story. But I feel like today it's such a, like, Yeah, I mean, I feel like I talk about this a lot, but it's like the state of cartoons is so weird because today they're so geared towards adults. So that means they really got
Hmm.
to put a bunch of story in it and a bunch of action and violence, which I like. But at the same time, I want some of these cartoons back. I want to like have fun a little bit again with cartoons where they're just like short, sweet, and to the point, and just silly jokes. So to this show, that just watching it this week was just a kind of a great relaxer and just like being able to just laugh on my couch, eat cereal.
So then I guess I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask a crazy fucking
Yeah.
question right now, James. To that end, do you think that you are, do you think that you're maybe, is it that you're too old to appreciate what the kids be watching now?
I
As
mean,
far
I'm
as
open
that goes?
to it. That's why I make the show. If there's like a brand new cartoon out there that's on Cartoon Network, I'm down to watch it. But I don't know what the fuck. What are they putting out? Like nothing. They just reruns.
That would be like this, right? That's not like straight
Yeah.
up like kids.
The
There's
closest thing,
nothing.
the closest thing I can see is like Teen Titans Go, but that still gets like repetitive and weird.
Doesn't that still also dip a lot into story? It's not necessarily
Not
episodic.
Well,
not
you
not Teen
kind of
Titans
need to
Go.
know those characters,
Yeah.
but you don't really if you're a little kid watching it and you're watching it for the meatball party or something like
Yeah.
that. You don't really know.
It's pretty
But
goofy.
Got
there's
it.
there's nothing.
Yeah. Like I saw this map or a chart, I don't know what else to call it, but it was like the cartoons that existed from in Cartoon Network from like the mid 90s till now. And it was like 20 cartoons. And the map like started up wide, and as it like got to like modern day, it went down to like 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's like that's insane to me. But also like kids don't really give a fuck, I guess. So,
Mm-mm. They don't, and they're so. I can say this as someone with kids now. Like my kids, I have one that's almost 15, one that's 13, and they like it's Owl House. It's those things that have some sort of weight to them that they want to watch. They are what's the one with uh, Gravity Falls.
oh, okay.
Right.
Even though that's a little bit older, but it's stuff like that. They love story in
Yeah.
whatever they're watching, be it cartoons or shows, and they have to have something to keep their attention because their attention span is out the window with YouTube and
That's what I'm
everything
saying.
else.
Like my mom is currently taking care of this kid. She's like 6, but all our kid watches is just random shit on YouTube or TikToks. Like there's no,
That's all
yeah,
Brandon's little kids will do
yeah,
is, they like to flip through the videos on YouTube, and my kids did that too when they were that little. And then they just but it's that extreme. It's either
yeah,
that or it's some kind of heavy immersive anime or it's some
yeah.
kind of heavy
It's like
immersive
it's got to be for like
something.
kids, or it's got to be this immersive adult anime. It's like I want something like this
Mhm.
again, where we just be goofy,
Would be nice.
So, I got a buddy, my friend Calvert. I'll tell some tales out of school.
I love Calvert.
He's a wonderful guy. Like he's amazing. He's always had a habit. Even when we were hanging out as kids, he would do this. Right? I've known him my whole life. The older we got though, and the more we started to like consume like music and media or whatever, it got bad. And then when YouTube got entered into the mix, it got worse. So Calvert has a habit of he'll put a thing on. He'll be like, "Oh man, you got to hear this, right?" And when it was a CD player, he would let most of the song play through while he found the next CD he was looking for to play you the next song that he wanted to
Yeah.
play. So you'd get a lot of song. But as media became more accessible, as everything became more like whatever, like he's the type of guy who would burn you a mix CD and then play you the first 30 seconds of each song as you went along, right? Until you've heard the whole thing. And then he'd hand it to you, go for your deeper listen. But the second it became like streaming or YouTube on your TV, this motherfucker would have like a queue of shit ready to go. It is like 30 seconds of this, 25 seconds of that. Like, we're going to skip this one, full minute of this video. Wow, you got lucky. That's like a breather. And then he just keeps going through. I can't imagine a
Yeah.
kid that's already that kind of scrolly naturally to have that world at its fingertips when it's like 5 or 6 and be
Whew.
able to just the level of speed that they've
Yeah.
got to be able to go through is nuts.
Yeah. Scary futures. But
Yeah.
start making cartoons for TikToks.
I'm gonna pull my socks up to my tits, put on some shorts and some Crocs, and go and yell in my yard and tell the kids to stay out of it.
Watch some
Get off your
cartoons.
lawn.
You get off my lawn. Watch some cartoons.
Get off my lawn! Stay out of my yard.
All right.
Whatever. Anyway. So with that then, James, if we're pushing Two Stupid Dogs as a rousing success all the way around, and I would think again that it is. It doesn't say much. You don't ask a lot of Two Stupid Dogs. It's going to
Success.
deliver on exactly what it promised. So don't expect too much and leave happy. But what are we watching for next week, James?
So one thing get a little crazy next week. I'm gonna keep it in the Hanna-Barbera family. But so we're gonna watch the Flintstones.
Oh, what?
Oh.
I know it's gonna be literally impossible to be
Yeah.
able to watch every Flintstones because there's like what 1 billion episodes. But it'd be a
Literally,
nice.
I just googled it. 1 billion episodes. Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess it'll be more of kind of a retrospective thing of the Flintstones and why it's lasted. I mean, it's still going, really.
Sweet.
There's even the fun, if you guys get around to it, there are the fun WWE Flintstones movies that are ridiculous and pretty bad. But yeah,
Don't
figured
forget the live action John Goodman,
Oh,
Kyle
yeah.
MacLachlan spectacle.
Well, so I was okay. So real quick, just looked it up. There are 166 episodes of the Flintstones. 166 episodes. That it does nothing to take into account the movies or anything like that. But what was y'all's favorite iteration of the Flintstones?
well, I guess for me, like I remember seeing that first live action movie like a lot. I used to watch it like all the time with John Goodman.
Right on. Okay.
And then
Liz?
What was the cartoon with Pebbles?
Yeah, that would have been inside the first 6 seasons of.
Mhm.
Oh, do you mean where she's like a teenager?
Mm-hmm.
I forget, but I know what you're talking about.
I fucking loved that, and I can't remember what it's called.
Right, because
but-
like the kids get older, right? There's like a whole
Uh-huh.
seasons of that. Yeah, I
For
mean, I used to
me-
watch a lot of
Now the
Flintstones.
regular old Flintstones is absolutely fantastic,
Yeah.
but that I don't know, just holds a special place in my heart.
For me, it was Flintstone Kids.
That was
Beca-
good.
Oh,
Ooh,
them
that
as
was
like
good.
kids, like Barney and all them as like kids.
As they're all like toddlers. Yeah. Yeah, and not even toddlers. I would say like they're in grade school. Yeah, they're in grade school. They're riding the school bus.
I feel like that's a thing
around.
that like all those shows would do, where it's like, all right, what else can we do with these characters? Make them tiny, make them children.
Pebbles
but-
and Bam Bam.
Pebbles and Bam
Bam
Bam,
Bam.
show. Yep. And that was from 71. Can you believe
Wow.
that? That was from
crazy.
1971.
So yeah, so we'll have a nice, awesome retrospective of the Flintstones.
Sounds like
Great.
a plan, Stan.
And because we never
Are
really
you-
got into a lot of these Hanna-Barbera stuff, so I figured Flintstones is the good start.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna send you a note because also looking at this, Liz, do you know how long the Pebbles and Bam Bam show ran? How many years?
I can't imagine that it would run that long. It says on, 71 to 76.
5 years
Wow.
at least. Yeah.
That is a while.
Crazy.
Oh, and it was released. I can't wait for this day in cartoon history. Its release date 9/11
Ah.
71.
Look at that. There we go. The cartoon
So-
history for 9/11.
Yeah, listen, you don't understand what I'm going to be doing with that. I'm going to find holidays in each month or significant dates in each month, and then that's when. And trust me, those significant dates, what is significant to me may not be significant to everybody.
9/11, Pearl Harbor.
I can't wait for the Pearl Harbor Day episode of Day Cartoon History.
All right, well,
Everybody does Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
Me, Pearl Harbor Day episode.
all right. Well, on that note, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, peace out, people. Let's get out of here.
Bye.
You guys, this is all Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman. Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big